Yo, this Stan Green. Oh, Lord, Stanley. And you watching Sunfire Films TV.
Today, I got a guy with me that I look up to. A guy that I'm always paying attention to what he's doing. We don't necessarily do the same types of things, but he definitely inspires me. He's a guy who's been on the Charleston scene for a long time now. Born and raised, I believe, in the Charleston area. You know, I know he's got a lot of things to talk about today. I know he's done a lot. He's seen a lot. You know, I've only been around this guy one time. So, you know, I'm excited to hear more about his story, his journey, everything that he's been through. I know he's got a lot of gems for the people. He's definitely got some gems for me. I got with me today the videographer, the cameraman, the director, Stan Green.
How y'all doing?
What's going on, my guy?
What's going on?
Yeah, man. So, first off, man, I guess we'll go back and you could just tell me, what was your first dream?
My first dream?
Your first dream.
I wanted to be a basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
I always been short and I always been fat. I ain't athletic and I still ain't, you know.
Right.
It ain't really worked out for me, but that was my dream.
That was your first dream.
Yeah.
So did you play, I guess as a kid you was playing ball all the time?
I wasn't, but I was so fascinated by that. Because I came up, you know, Jordan Penny era. That's when I started focusing on basketball, and I was just so fascinated, but I never worked on it. And then when I ever got a chance to play in recess and stuff, I sucked.
Okay.
Because, you know, when you go on recess, you go through, I don't know what drill it is, but you bounce the ball and you shoot the ball.
Right.
And you go back down the court.
Yeah.
So when I'm dribbling and then ball's going this way. I'm trying to pick it back up, going down there and dribble over here. And I'm shooting the ball and it's not going in the net, so.
Okay. So
yeah,
what were some of the other things that you enjoyed doing growing up as a kid?
I like to draw.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of good at it. And that took me up. I was drawing until like the end of high school.
Mm-hmm.
I was always drawing, sketching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was always drawing Bart Simpson or Ninja Turtles, Transformers.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Stuff like that. I always was drawing. 'Cause I always would, like when I was in class, I always been a daydreamer. I'm quiet. So I'm always just thinking constantly, talking to myself. Mm-hmm. And I'm just, whatever's on my brain, I'm just drawing it. So.
And you never took it serious, took art classes or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I took it serious.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, he wrote my letter of recommendation to go to college for art.
Wow.
So I was supposed to be an art illustrator.
Okay.
That's what I was attending school for initially.
Okay, so that's what you went to college for?
Yeah. Well, no.
No. Before we get to college, I guess we'll stick with this, man. Like, what was, besides like you wanting to play basketball and you drawing, like what are some of those key moments of your childhood growing up that you remember?
Penny beating Jordan. In 95, I believe, right?
Jordan left and came back.
Yeah, we came back, and that's when
It might have been 95.
the Rockets tear them boys up at the final. Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't an Orlando Magic fan because I was a heavy Penny fan when I was coming up.
Right.
So.
I will admit, man, I was a Jordan fan around that time as a kid, and then I moved to Orlando.
All right.
Many years later.
Yeah,
but
Penny's was my man.
Yeah.
Penny
So,
was my man.
Childhood, you have brothers, sisters, or anything like that?
Only child.
Only child?
Yeah. Single parent home.
Mm-hmm.
It was me, my mother, and my grandmother, and my grand aunt.
Okay.
All living in the house downtown.
Yeah. What do you remember about those downtown days?
Flooding.
Yeah.
Flooding. Every time it rained, the sprinkle rain, there's a flood downtown. But I mean, it had those days when, you know, we had our struggles at some point, but one thing we had was family.
Right.
Yeah.
You still close with your family and everybody now?
Yeah, somewhat, but a lot of them, you know, they're deceased.
Mm-hmm.
My mother had me late. My mom had me when she was 40.
Okay, wow.
So when I was coming up, everybody was kind of old.
Right.
And my mother's sister kids were older than me.
Mm-hmm.
So
You didn't
I
have
was
a
the
lot
youngest one. So it was me just growing around older people.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were talking about the college days. So what did you go to college for?
I went to college for art.
Mm-hmm. What college?
I went to Claflin University in Orangeburg.
Okay.
Shout out CU.
Okay.
My first semester was rough.
Yeah.
Academic probation.
You was partying.
I was partying my freshman year.
Yeah.
And I would go to class, but I wouldn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
It just, college was different. It was a different whole atmosphere than me when I was going to Burt.
Mm-hmm.
So, when I went to my art class, and right now I'm just trying to figure out who I am and trying to figure out what can I do with this program.
Mm-hmm.
And it's ended up not working out for me because where they were basing their lectures and stuff like that on and what they wanted me to do is not entirely what I wanted to do. I just wanted to sketch and draw wherever I wanted to do. And they were basically more painting.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know how to paint. I really didn't know how to shadow or do all this other stuff. And that's why it started to become the feeling. And then it was expensive at that point.
Right.
Because you got to buy your own material. You got to buy your own paper. You got to buy your own paint constantly. You got to buy your own brushes. It's just so much. And then I'm like, dude, I'm losing interest at this point because everything, the project they want us to do is painting.
Yeah, it don't feel fun.
Painting. That's not fun.
Yeah. That's kind of like how it was. I went to Full Sail.
Yeah.
And I went for recording arts. And back when I was doing music at a young age, I was a kid and I just wanted to DJ and I loved music. And you know that you don't want to go to a normal school. You don't want to go to regular college. So you go, and then once you get there, I learned a lot of great things. But like how you were talking, they're training you to do certain things that you may not necessarily want to do. Mm-hmm. They were training us to be engineers and sit in the studio all day. And that wasn't exactly what I wanted to do. So I definitely understand that.
Yeah.
So did you graduate?
I graduate, but that's the kicker though. My art teacher came to me. He was like, "Stanley, look here. You failing?" And I'm like, "I know." I said, "I can't paint. I can't." He said, "Well, the army will be your for real, dog."
The army.
You want to go to the army? I'm like, "Nah." I said, I'm gonna work something out. So I ended up dropping out of the program, but I stuck to college.
Okay.
And I went with my homeboy Alvin. We were just chilling one day, and I'm like, "Dude, I'm in my sophomore year."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I gotta figure out what to do, cause at this point, cause I was the first person in my family to go to college, and I would just try and do that for my mama.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still in the things of trying to figure out what I want to do and who I want to be.
Right.
And he's like, "Hey man, come to the mass comm department. Just come in and just check it out." I'm checking out everything. Seems like everybody been having fun. And they were doing newscasts. They were doing commercials. They had the sound lab over there. And
Right.
people doing jingles and stuff like that. I'm like, dang, I want to be a part of this. So my sophomore year, I took an overload of classes to catch up to where I need to be at. And I joined the mass communication program. And then I end up finishing and graduating.
Okay.
concentration in television and sound.
That's how it all started.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
when it all started.
And what'd you do after you graduated?
After I graduated, I started working at Live 5 News.
Okay.
That was the experience. It taught me a whole lot of structure.
Mm-hmm.
Being on time with my work, and you gotta have tough skin when you have a news.
Yeah.
Cause when I was part time there, I was a PA,
Mm-hmm. and
if you ain't got that shot ready, them boy ready to curse you out.
Yeah.
Yo, fix your fucking shot. Shit's lopsided. Check this, check that. Come on, what the fuck are you doing? They'll say the most insulting thing to you.
Really?
But you gotta. But they prepared me that when I was in school too. So they were like, hey, that business is cruel.
Yeah.
I gotta have tough skin. Blah blah blah. Cause even when we had projects and stuff like that, they would be real hard on us.
Mm-hmm.
So if your work look like ass, they gonna tell you.
Yeah. That's good. A lot of people, I know a couple of people who did work at the news station, and a lot of them said they didn't like it.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I know you got a lot from it, and you appreciate what you got from it. But did you like it though?
Yeah, I loved it. My first 10 years.
Damn, you was there for a while.
Yeah, my first 10 years, I loved it. My last year run, it got weird.
So what were some of the things that you would have to do? You going out there? Was it like holding the camera, editing the videos? Like what would be your day? What would be your day to day?
When I first got there, I was part time in '08. I was a PA, so I would be running scripts and floor directing, where I'll get a piece of paper and direct what camera they gotta be on.
Yeah.
And I got like the shot list. So I'm do. I was doing that, and I was working every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah. And the rest of the days I had off.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that for like a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And then editor position came up. I didn't get it the first time. And the guy who they gave it to, he just lasted 2 weeks. And I applied again, and they gave me the job. I'm like, shit, they should have gave it to me the first time. But, oh well, but I got there.
Right.
And then they had a full-time position editor come up, and I got that. And I was working that for, I guess, 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing that. And then budget cuts start happening, I think.
Right.
I don't know. They took away my position, put me somewhere I didn't need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Soon as I got there, I got an evaluation, and they tell me I'm not doing the standards.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, I know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I done already bought my camera and stuff, and I'm already shooting videos, but I'm preparing myself for an exit, because I know what's going on. So they gave me another evaluation. That was the last straw, because they were like, well, we're gonna, since you're not, up to par with your job, we're gonna have you work weekends where it's a little slower, so you can try to keep up.
Yeah.
Weekends where I usually shoot my music videos.
Okay.
That's why I'm available.
So you're already doing music videos at
I'm
this
already doing it. And I'm just gonna put my 2 weeks notice and just leap of faith, hope it works out.
Right. So how did you, so you're working at the news station. When did the becoming of filming your own stuff, when did that come into the position?
My girl was really pushing me to do it.
Was it music videos at first?
Yeah. When I bought my first camera, it was a Canon T3i. And I just wanted to film anything. I didn't care. I'll ask people to go to the gym with them and just shoot stuff and whatnot. And
yeah.
I'll just shoot.
That's how it starts.
Yeah. I'm just shooting anything. So I had a homeboy my homeboy Mo and Reggie, I knew they rap.
Mm-hmm.
I hit them up. I said, hey man, I just bought this camera. I need some practice. I said, I'll shoot it for free. And I ended up shooting videos for free for like a year for them.
Don't be afraid to film for free. People need to learn that and know that.
Yeah.
You got to get your foot in the door.
Yeah, you got your foot in the door.
Yeah. So you were doing music videos for them. So what made you, I mean, you said you were doing everything. What made you gravitate towards the music videos?
As a kid, I always was, when I used to come home from school, even when like in the 7th grade, I never thought of filming, but I always was going home to watch Rap City.
Right.
And I would get my VHS cassette tape, and I'll be waiting for my favorite videos to come on, and I'll hit the record button, and I'll stop it, and I'll record every music video come my way that I really like. And I really like the West Coast videos, where they had the lowriders and the 6'4" jumping and stuff like that. I love that.
Yeah.
Like old Snoop Dogg, Mac 10, Ice Cube videos and stuff like that. And I used to record them. And I just kick back and press play, rewind, all that stuff, just looking at shots. And I was fascinated by that. And I never thought I would, be doing it, even having an interest. I'm still at the point that I still want to draw and stuff like that.
So that was pretty early on.
Yeah, that was pretty early on.
That was pretty early on.
I didn't even have no idea I wanted to film, man.
Yeah. So you leave the news station.
I'm leaving at this point.
Right.
I don't know what I'm doing. It was October. I was scared.
Yeah.
And I knew it was Christmas time. It probably would have been slow, but I just had to hit reality head on. I already invested in myself. At that time, I had like 2 cameras. I said I can make it work. So
you were you were doing music videos for a while before you actually just left the news station.
I was doing it since 2015. That's when I started. That's when I started working for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you already had, I guess, a name for yourself where you were getting people already coming to you, or was it?
No. That's the hardest part for people to draw people in, to trust them with your song and product and all that stuff. That was the hardest part. Because they had other people. They had Quad Dub. Right. They had Vegas.
R.I.P. Quad Dub.
They had Bam G. They had no room for me.
Yeah.
There ain't been no room.
I know all
the
those
guys I've been inboxing, them boys going to them.
Yeah.
So I had to stay in the fight. There ain't really been no room for me.
Yeah. So I guess what was your approach to get these people to come to you? What was the determining factor to make people be like, all right, I'm gonna go to Stan? How does things start to work out for you?
Well, I've been looking at everybody else and see what they're doing, and I'm trying to see what everybody like. And I think that when I bought my GH5, and that was, I don't know, it was 2016 and 2017. I noticed everybody was shooting in HD. So I went in my 401k, took some cash out, got me a GH5. Went in my 401k twice to get my GH5 and my red. But when I got that GH5 and I noticed everybody ain't been shooting in 4K, I said, let me try this out. I put that I shot footage and I put it in there. Computer's not even, I press space bar, the footage ain't even moving.
Right.
I hear music and somebody just glitchy.
Yeah,
I said,
the computer can't keep up with the quality.
Yeah, so I had to go buy another computer. I did that. I did my taxes and I went and got me another computer. And after I got a computer, I think I had something with 16 gigabytes, I think, and I shot in 4K.
Mm-hmm.
And I met up with some Goose Creek rappers, Jackson Papa Band. I shot with Jax first. And after that, cause he had the image, he had the tattoos, the money.
Who is this?
Jax.
I don't know if I know Jax.
Yeah.
Okay.
After I put that video out, that's when things just... Papa Band came through and that went... And I'm like, dang. I've been in Goose Creek probably every weekend.
Yeah.
Shooting Goose Creek rappers. Boom, 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 boom. Shout out to Goose Creek. They gave me my start. And some more Charleston rappers were starting to notice. And I'm going to Monk's Corner. I'm going to St. Stephen. I'm going to Pineville. I'm going all these places I ain't never been before.
Right.
I ain't even, I never drove that way to do anything. I'm like, dang, it's coming along now. So after that,
it took off.
It took off.
All right. So what do you feel like, I guess, what would be the reason why somebody would want to come work with you over somebody else? You've been doing this for a while. I've
been doing this for a while. And I haven't really got to know any other videographers and, constantly level. Because all of us is busy,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to personally know people about all I see is they work on social media and all that. Hey, oh, you did a good job on that and blah, blah, blah. Put the fire emojis and all that.
Right.
But I only can say that, I don't know, I guess me, just like my personality, I'm easygoing.
Mm-hmm.
I like, when you book me, I make time for you. This your time. I'm not rushing. And anybody in my clients can ask, I'm like, hey, you want to shoot some more? I don't want to stop creativity.
Right.
You sure that's all you want? And I'm still like that to this day.
Yeah, that's a good thing to have. To just be
because sometimes, I only pay stand for this. Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
I'm like, hey, you sure? Hey, make sure before I leave. Because, I don't want to stop creativity. You thinking like, oh, I want to do one more.
Right. Right.
I'm down.
Yeah. That's good to be a people person, man. And good to be about, of course, we
gotta be no asshole like that. Because they ain't going to come back to you. They might like your work, but they're like, damn, I got to deal, it'd be like a classroom. You go to a classroom, you don't like the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So, some students just deal with it, or some people just don't even come back.
Yeah. Those little things that's really important because, like you said, there's a lot of videographers out here.
Man.
And I know way more than the people you even named. But, like, no matter whatever you're doing, whatever profession it is, like, the little things make you rise to the top, I always say. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, was he a good person to work with? You know what I'm saying? Was he on time? You know what I'm saying? Did he come early? Did like all these little things? Because at a certain point, it's an even playing field of like, okay, this person does good work and this person does good work, but what makes me want to work with this person over the other person? So yeah, definitely being a good person and you know what I'm saying? Like caring about every client to make them know that like, I'm not just doing this to make money real quick. I really want to make this work and I want to make it look good.
Because you got some guys out there, man, them boys don't even listen to the record. They're showing up the camera and say, what you going to do?
What's going on, guys? Sun 5 Films here. If you live in Charleston or the surrounding areas and you need a videographer, please let me know. Whether it's a wedding, corporate event, live performance, I do a little bit of everything. So once again, please let me know. Now let's get back to the interview. You're watching Sun 5 Films TV. So I guess, like it seems like you've been doing this for a long time. You've been around the music scene for a while in Charleston. Like, are there any people over the years that you feel like stand out amongst? If you do want to even name anybody, is there anybody that you feel like stands out over the years that you've been working with?
There's a lot, man. There's a lot of guys I wish they would even rap more.
Mm-hmm.
Like a Geechee Lord. I think he should rap more.
Mm-hmm.
He's talented. He attacks the beat very well. There's a lot I can name, man.
I know you don't want to leave
Greenland
nobody.
Gunner, man. His swag. He got the factor. He can rap.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. LOBG, free him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he probably would be the most talented one. Like he can rap, and he probably can do crossover music and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot, man.
Yeah. So what do you
Shout
think?
out to everybody I work with. 12 Fresh.
12 Fresh.
Golly, it's a bunch, man.
Yeah, I know you don't want to leave nobody out.
I don't want to leave nobody
you don't
out,
wanna
man.
offend nobody.
I don't want to leave nobody out,
Yeah.
man.
That's what I said. You ain't got to answer if you don't want to.
Yeah,
but
it's a lot.
there's a lot of them. So what do you feel like, I guess, with the Charleston scene? You know, we haven't seen major success. We haven't seen anybody really kind of go off and take it to the next level. Like, what do you feel like some of the things that are kind of holding that back or slowing that process down?
Charleston needs, I hope nobody get mad about this, but Charleston needs to develop a new sound.
Think so?
Yeah. It's time. It's time. Like the pattern if we going through, like if we can create something big, like even like how Detroit is.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit developed a sound. They developed they probably been had like the culture and all that stuff. I'm not from there. I only been there once, but I'm just looking from what I see on YouTube.
Right.
And then on the Instagram. Like they develop a sound to make things sound cool. And a lot of rappers, gained a lot of success recently because of that. Even like with Flint, Michigan, they got their own flow. Like all that branched off.
Mm-hmm.
Now you looking at Michigan as an Atlanta now.
Right.
Like how New York had a style. Like, Cali had a style. Texas had a style.
Mm-hmm.
We just need a style that's attractive to the ear. So we can, we got it. We got the geechiness.
Right.
We got slang, but we gotta make it sonically sound good to
people who aren't from here.
Yeah, fuck with it and make a movement out of it so everybody can eat off of it.
Mm-hmm.
We got slang, we got flam, we got what's another word? You jokey, make a song out of it, and even if you were like a comedian rapper, make a jokey something.
Yeah.
So when people from the outside of South Carolina, outside of Charleston, whoever, and they can gain from it and make it sound cool, and we can have musically like a hub here, and people can actually have great success coming out of here.
Right. And I also wanted to ask you, like, I know you do rap videos.
Uh-huh.
Would you say that that's your main focus?
No, I do weddings, I do commercials. It's just that I guess the rap videos is my main thing I do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
If I get weddings, it's just be like, once in a while or something like that. Or I'm helping a friend or something like that, and hey, I need an extra hand. But music videos is more what I'm doing a lot.
Right.
But I mean, I do a whole lot of other stuff with filming and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I ain't scared of nothing.
Right.
So
what would be some of your goals that you think about, like looking at where you want to go at down the line? Is it bigger artists? Is it branching off and doing more weddings and commercials? Like, what do you see like those big goals when you think about what you want to do?
I want to do all of it. I want all my own studio. I want to have like a studio that people can come to and film. They can hire models. We can hire actors. I just want it to be like a hub. Instead of like, you know, you go on the internet and you got like a internet forum, and you got categories and stuff like that. I want just people just to come. CBS, hey, you want to shoot a commercial here? Hey, your TV show, reality show. Oh yeah, do your testimonials, whatever. I just want to have that like area that you can have.
Right.
I want to end up just building it from the ground up and just having it. That's the end goal right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it take to get to that point?
I don't know. I'm going blindfolded. When I went to school, I took no business classes.
Right. You sound like me, man.
I started, man.
Learning as you
I
go.
been taking no deposits or nothing like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you.
Learning
But
as
I
we
learned
go.
the hard way though. But
Yeah.
especially when you, hey, I'll give you the money when the job done, right?
Yeah,
you do it. You not saying it. You don't even hear from them boy no
We all
more.
do that, man.
You don't
like,
hear from them boy no
I put my
more.
name. I put that watermark on top, man.
Yeah.
Like real big. Sunfire Films.
Yeah.
Until you pay me, like you know, you definitely you got to learn those things.
Yeah, people hit you up and you finish it. You finish it. Like dang, you just give me the deposit, give me the rest of the money so I can have the drive to finish this. You know?
Yeah.
Because I don't know where they're getting my money back.
Right. Also, like you're doing rap videos. Have you ever done or have you ever thought about doing like a video for a country singer or pop? I know plenty of people who country, man. They would probably love to work with you.
Tell them to bring it on, man.
Yeah.
I love a challenge, man.
Have you done any? Like, is it always been more like rap?
I did Randall Flowers' concert.
Shout out Randall.
Yeah, I went out to Columbia. It was something during St. Patrick's Day. And I filmed that for him.
Okay.
But that's only it. I did a pop song. Shout out to Shane and his sister Abby. I did a pop song with them.
Okay.
It came out cool. We had the band in the U-Haul truck and everything, man.
Right.
It was so authentic.
Yeah.
It was a challenge.
Yeah.
And I was so excited for it, and me being in the backyard and dudes got guns and.
Yeah. So do you feel like when you look at the videos that you filmed, the rap videos, what would be, I guess, what are they looking for? I mean, I know what I've seen, but do you see a lot of like that repetitiveness? Do you see a lot of the guns? Do you see a lot of maybe a lack of creativity sometimes?
Yeah, and it brings down your stuff too. Like
Yeah.
It be plenty of times, and boy, give me the song. Hey man, you got any ideas? They already got what they want to do.
Yeah.
They want to do the simplest.
Yeah.
Half the time, them boy don't even want to move where they at.
Yeah.
And I got a whole list of stuff I got them to do, and they gotta go buy and this, that. Nah, man, I ain't trying to do that, man. I just want to do them under the tree. And why ask for my idea?
Yeah.
I just wasted that.
Yeah.
And then if I, take that idea to somebody else, they get mad.
Yeah.
No, you should have took that.
That was one of the reasons why, man, like you said, when you first jumped in, you did everything. And that's how I was. I jumped in, didn't know what I was doing. And I've done a few music videos, but I always tell people, whatever you're doing, you got to go from being bad to becoming good. And I never enjoyed music videos that much to go through that phase of being bad to getting good. And so like you said, there's not a lot of creativity. They always want to do the same thing. And that kind of turned me off from doing music videos.
Yeah, because sometimes, it's a lot of time. A lot of these rappers need they need artist development.
Yeah.
When you go on camera, you got to sell something.
Mm-hmm.
If you're trying to sell to an investor or you trying to sell to a record label, they have to see something. They have to see something in you.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them guys, they stiff. You tell them to move, they don't really move that much. No, I ain't really trying to do all that. I'm like, dang, you investing money. Who you trying to please, your homeboys, or you trying to get on?
Yeah.
And that process gets so frustrating because I'm like, dang, I trying to do something creative. Because if you blow up, I blow up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you go out there, got this bunch of views, and you got all these celebrities putting a fire emoji on your stuff, that make me look good also in the process. I might get looked at for somebody else, or a record label coming looking at me saying, hey, I want you to shoot my artist, blah, 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 blah. But when you want to do all the mediocre stuff repeatedly, it's okay once in a while to do a little run and gun.
Yeah.
I understand that. You get burnt out from storyline after storyline, you want to do something simple.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with that, but you keep doing that, you letting your fans down like, dang, I want to see you grow.
Right.
And you not growing, and you gonna get played out quick.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta give them boy a variety of you. So when somebody look at you and they got a lot of money, they see you getting a lot of traction, oh, I'm gonna put my money on him. Because I see that he don't mind doing this and that and doing this and that.
Mm-hmm.
So it just gotta be mindful of that.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people have a vision. I think
No,
they want to rap, they want to put a song out.
A
But
lot of them don't
no
believe in themselves, man.
They don't have no. They don't
Like,
have no
I believe
vision.
in my work. You should believe in your rap, and you gotta treat a lot of times you gotta treat your music like it's a job. Like, this is your company. This is you.
Right.
How you want the world to see you.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of those things, like you said, that you do want to achieve, you want to accomplish, and it's like, I guess, what do you need to do? Like I asked you a little bit about what do you need to get there, but what are some of the things that you feel like you got to get better at? Sometimes, like when you sit and think about how far you've come and what you have done so far, like what do you feel like, okay, I got to work on these things?
I gotta work on
Your business, I know you said.
Yeah, man, I gotta work on my business. 'Cause I do want to grow.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be on movie sets.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be on television sets. I mean, I've been on news, but like an actual television show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at a script. I'm seeing how it go, how they lighting this, and how I would love to do that.
Right.
I'll show off for free for that, just to be an observant of just looking how a whole movie has been run.
Yeah.
From the beginning of the makeup and the costume. I want to see all of that.
Yeah.
I just want to see all that process is done, down to the editing and how long they got Optimus Prime coming crashing in this wall. I want to see how they do that.
Yeah.
So
We gotta make that happen, man.
Yeah, I gotta make it. The only way I can make that happen is if I gotta, take my stuff and just move around,
I know a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could connect you with some people.
But
yeah, man. So you got a lot of things you want to do. I always wondered that, like not just looking at you, but just looking at people in general. Like you don't know what their dreams are. You don't know what their goals are.
Yeah,
you don't know the things that they maybe want to do later on down the line. So yeah, I like hearing that, man.
Yeah, because some guys,
that.
they're afraid they don't want everybody to know their flaws. They don't want people to think they're so perfect and I know about this, I know about that. I know a lot about music videos and shooting weddings, but shooting a movie, nah.
Right.
I would like to learn.
Yeah.
So only thing I can see is just looking at stuff behind the scenes, but I want to actually be hands-on and looking. Even if I have to go there and fix the director coffee every fucking day and doing it. I don't even know how to make coffee, but I'll figure it out so I can be around that space and, grow, so.
That's good, man. I like hearing that from people, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess let's talk about some of those hard times, man, those struggles, those things that 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 you had to get through and overcome, and
Boy.
maybe some of them days where you want to give up. Like, talk about some of them struggles, man.
All right, I got a story nobody knows about.
I want to hear this.
It's exclusive. Nobody know about this story. All right. I did a video for Low Block.
Okay.
Called Do It. And I shot the video. I mean, he got the boat. He got the girls. He got the wardrobe for him and everything. He put in some work into this video, man. The locations and everything.
Right.
And I'm recording, and my camera stops recording. It's saying something about, I don't know, it can't record anymore. I think we about 87% of the video is done.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't thinking nothing of it. I took the card and I put another card in. I finished shooting the last scene. We was at the hotel downtown in Francis Marion.
Mm-hmm.
And I get home, because that's my routine. I get home and I make sure everything gets dumped in my hard drive.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go to the next morning, someone call me for a video.
You forget.
I forget, and you got to format the. So I'm putting the card in. The card ain't reading. I said, dang, what I gonna do? So I took the card out. I didn't think nothing of it. I put it right back in. Card ain't reading. I said, oh shit, this nigga gonna kill me, boy. How I gonna get this darn footage? I ain't even tell him.
Right.
So I called Best Buy. I said, how can I get this footage back? And they were like, well, how bad do you want it? I said, man, come on, this tell me how I can get this. Well, they can be up to maybe $800 to $2,000. I said, shit. So I'm like, damn, I done fucked up. This man done got this boat, all these women dancing in this video, blah, blah, blah. I cannot afford to lose all this footage. So I got my homeboy, Doug. I called him. I said, hey, man, you ever recover footage from a card? He like, no, you have formatted the card? I said, no, I ain't doing that. So I tried one thing, didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And this other program I found online, it cost me about 90% the money that I made from that video to recover all that footage. So I got 10% earnings from that video because I'm just trying to recover that footage.
Mm-hmm.
So I finally got the footage and I edited and I gave it to him. But me making that sacrifice like that, I care more about my name than anything.
Right.
So
we all been there, man.
Bruh.
I can tell you a million stories where I lost footage or the footage had too much noise on it. Noise is when you can't see the footage because it's too blurry or the exposure ain't right, or like a million stories, man. But those mistakes, if you really want to do this, you're gonna have to go through them. You're gonna make a million mistakes, man. The audio don't sound right, the lighting ain't right. I forgot to do this, I forgot to do that. This wasn't in focus. It's gonna happen, man. It's definitely gonna happen. But the more you do it, the better you get, and you're gonna look back years from now and be like, damn, like I'm still here though.
Yeah, I'm aware of things now, and I got a certain pattern. It happened to me again, and I didn't have to pay as much because I already had the program to run the footage back on my card.
Mm-hmm.
But now I got a structure that don't happen again. I figure it out. There's one card that I use it up. I take it out and I put the other card in, and I ain't never had that problem back ever since. So, I keep doing that not structure, but that pattern I do, I'm fine. Yeah.
So for the people out there might be a guy who's filming right now, and he wants to quit his job, or he wants to go full time, or he wants to just take that chance on himself. Like, what kind of advice would you give him, or what would you tell him?
Well, he's already at his job, and he's trying to do his transition.
Yeah.
My thing was, healthcare. And
that's what held you back?
Yeah, that was my most scare. I didn't think too much of the money because I left in October. I had some videos in November. December was, but it picked up. And I was scared about January because I was afraid of, everybody done spent their Christmas money. They're not looking for no videos, but it was the total opposite. They were cranking up. So, just the advice is, before you leave that job, man, have some money saved up.
Right.
Because that's what I did. I felt that, things were getting uncomfortable there. I saved some money up. I went to the eye doctor. I went to every doctor, they would, I was, my benefits took care of. I did all that before I left. And just, keep your head up and keep working. Keep working at Instagram, making sure people see what you got going on. If you bought a new camera, then show it. You got a new reel, show it. Just keep constantly putting content out, making sure that you're busy so people get like, oh, let me try them out. But they're going to try you.
Yeah.
They're going to try you.
So what would you tell them if they're saying, how do I get gigs? Or like, because that was one thing that people...
You got to network.
Yeah, you got to learn that, man.
You got to network.
A lot of people don't know how to get gigs.
Soon as people keep seeing you with that camera rolling up to these places and stuff, they're going to ask you.
Yeah.
I done had plenty of people asking, man, I love your work, man, blah, blah, blah. I don't rap, but we got to do something. I say, hey, man, whenever you want to do something, let me know. And they, maybe a few years later or whatever, they end up having a business, and I'm working for them now, and I'm shooting their content for them. So,
yeah,
it be like that.
Yeah. I tell people, people say, how do you do it? And I say, just do it.
Man, you got to do it.
Just do it. Whatever you got to do, do it. If you got to email 1 million people, message 1 million people on Facebook, if you got to do videos for free, if you got to go up to a place and be like, yo, I don't know who these people are, but let me meet them. Let me shake their hand. Let me buy them a drink. Just do it. Do what you got to do.
And if you want to do music videos, and I know it's hard to get clients like that and get in a constant basis with them and stuff like that. Hey, man, you know who rap and who's struggling to have content out there. Do it for free for a while, man. They going to see that growth in that artist and all that stuff. If everybody watch everybody. I don't care what nobody say. People going to watch. They trying to see who's the new hot whatever. That's how fast rap is. They looking for that new, especially in January. That's the best time to drop because people looking for that new sound.
Yeah.
So it's constantly just looking out, seeing who rap, and just making sure they look good and have good customer service. Communication is key. That's all this is about, communication. So all you doing those things like that and staying on top of that, you'll be fine.
What's going on, guys? Sun5 Films here. If you made it this far into the interview, thank you. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Now let's get back to the interview. You're watching Sun5 Films TV. So I definitely want to touch on real fast, talk about what goes into filming, putting the video out. Because I think a lot of people don't understand, all the things that we have to do to put the video out and the equipment that we got to have and all the things that we spend our money on. I meet a lot of people who I don't want to say they want to be cheap, but I don't think they understand like all the things that we do and why we charge what we charge. So just talk about that a little bit.
All right, my process, I get the song, I kind of dissect what you're saying and try, I'm quiet anyway, so I got a big imagination 'cause I'm always thinking. I'm always editing in my head too. So I'll just be trying to think of shots and I'll go think of some stuff. Like if you got, I'm trying to think of like a struggle, like a plot in the end type thing, and I'll just try to come up with a story.
Mm-hmm. Putting that treatment together.
Putting the treatment together. Really, what I sometimes struggle with is the ending. I always got the beginning. Hey, this happened here, and this came around here. You always got to throw that curveball in there to keep that video interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the ending. I'm like, how I can end this?
Right.
And I always had trouble with it, but I always figure it out. Or the artist would just say, think of something.
Right.
Help me out.
Yeah.
But I start thinking of the treatment, and I'm thinking of camera shots. So when I'm thinking of camera shots, I'll go look at least about 30 videos on YouTube. I just let it run. I'll look at some of the the running guns, and then I'll look at some of the ones that got storyline, and I'll look at some big budget ones, and I'll try to see what can I implement all that in the video, and I'll just take screenshots. I said, okay, he had a fluorescent light here, and he was writing here, so I'll get my phone and get that right part when he's writing, and I'll tell him, hey, I want this light here, and and you writing the song, and blah blah blah, and whatever I got in the story, and I detail him what kind of shots I want, and I'll keep screen grabbing it from the phone and send it to him. Mm-hmm. And then, and this is before I get the deposit. And I'll tell him everything's due the day of the shoot. And I'll keep listening to the song, and sometimes I listen to multiple songs. I don't even get half the time I don't even get to listen to people who are already on.
Right.
I'm just trying to enjoy music. I'm just trying to work.
Yeah.
So I'm dissecting the song even more and trying to think of anything last minute before anything, and I'll send it to him, and then I'll go to the shoot, and I used to have like a shot sheet, but now I just be running through my head, man. I'll be like, all right, now we gotta do it this, and I'm looking through the area to see what extra I can do, because sometimes when I'm editing, when you're editing through clips, you got like 3 performance scenes or something like that. I kind of don't want to be like A, B, C, C,
Right.
I don't want to keep doing. I'm like, you know what? Open up that cabinet. Just grab something out of there. I'm thinking of stuff like that because I'm already editing in my head when I'm at the shoot.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking little stuff that put little fillers in to it, and I'm already editing in my head as I'm filming. So I'll do that. I'll finish filming for the project, dump the footage, and I'll probably get to it in 2 days.
Yeah.
And when I'm editing, the first thing I'm doing is I'm just gonna scan through the performance scene. I'm trying to see what parts looks more attractive to the eye of a viewer.
Right.
So if I see, if I told you, hey, get more aggressive and move around a little bit, stop being stiff, and also I'm getting all those parts out, and I'm putting that on the timeline. And once I finish getting all my stuff on the timeline, I'm going through a color grading process, and that take about 45 minutes half of the time. And that's why I hate when people be like, hey man, let me get a clip. I'm like, dude, you don't know how much I gotta do just to, cause you already want to put this stuff out.
Yeah, they just want to put it out.
You just want to put it out. Right now, I want to take my time so this thing will look beautiful.
Right.
And like you got presets and all that stuff, and half of that stuff take a long time to render, and
Yeah.
your computer crash. And all. It's just so much, man.
Yeah.
My computer, I spent $4,800 on it, and it still crashes, and
Yeah.
you get the pinwheel of death, and everything shuts down and restarts, and
Yeah. People don't understand, man.
they don't understand that.
Especially when you wanna, you got your name on this, and you want to do a good job, and you want to be professional. Like I always tell people, when it comes to videos, a lot of times the average person, they only know if you're good or if you're bad. They don't know like the difference of like, this person's been doing it for 20 years, and this person does all the color grading, and this person, you know,
they don't understand when they got these big
they don't understand.
video directors. Everybody got a job, so ain't
They don't
nobody
understand,
getting burned out. So when you got everything planted, it's no, hey man, let me get a clip. Ain't none of that going down.
Yeah. That's another reason why I
Because
never loved music
that footage
videos,
got to get
man.
shipped to somebody, or you don't know.
Yeah, like they don't understand like everything that goes into this.
Yeah.
And just talk about real quick, man.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to touch on it real fast. Talk about the equipment and how much money it is and how expensive it is, and because people don't understand that either.
New equipment come out every day, man. and you try to keep up.
Yeah.
But there's no keeping up, man. You just gotta work what you got, you know.
Yeah.
Work was in your budget and making it work. You ain't gotta get the most biggest light is light.
Mhm.
You can get about 3 cheap lights and make it work. You ain't gotta get the big $3,000 light and man. You can make it work. Light is light. Even if you got a flashlight, it's gonna work. So,
a lot of
struggles, man. the equipment is expensive.
It is.
Cameras are expensive. They keep getting higher and higher, and it's like, and then you're competing with cell phones too. And
yeah. Let's talk about that real quick, man. I wasn't even gonna talk about this, but what do you think about the future? Like, what do you think about the future of a videographer? Because we got the cell phones that people can do on their own now, and AI
yeah, it's crazy, and I've been tapping in that too, that AI stuff, man.
Right.
And I'm trying to figure that out, as if how I can be, because I've even seen other videographers. They get the AI, they get the character. I mean, they get the artist. They just read structures and turn to a skull and all that stuff. I'm tapping into that right now. Like, I'm trying to learn how to do that now. But that's the future.
Yeah. You ever get nervous about like
no,
work slowing down? You ever get nervous?
No, I ain't gonna do that. Cause I'm gonna learn what's going on in the future.
Yeah.
And wherever simplest way that a normal Joe can do something like that, I'm gonna sit there and figure out I can be better than them and knock them out the door. Yeah, you can get in on your computer and just type in, hey, I want dude in a hoodie to rap this song, and then here's the song, da da da, and he can do that, and I said, okay, I'm gonna try to just do it better than you.
Right.
So I will find a way to figure out. I'm the person not gonna give up and like just let that go down like that. I'm just gonna try to be the best I can be.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Like you said, you're not gonna give up. I wanted to ask you real quick, because this was gonna be my next question.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what makes you want to keep going? Like, I guess what motivates you? What makes you love this after all these years?
I just love doing it. It make me smile. I be happy. I ain't gonna lie. The best part of it is color grading, and I get to meet people. I get to meet people, man.
I gotta work on my color grading.
Hey, all at me, man. I got you.
Okay.
I ain't get to meet people. I get to go out and do stuff.
Right.
I get to explore. Like it's parts of South Carolina I never know. part of. I shot this dude named Buddy Cuz. He's out there in Mullins. I don't even know what Mullins is.
Right.
But I've been there. They country.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, this is the vibe y'all got. You know, they drink moonshine, and I never been in that type of environment.
Right.
I said, oh, okay, it's the culture here, and blah blah blah. So I'm learning every part, and that's the part I love. I just love seeing other people and how they live and all that stuff, and I guess the traveling part of it, you know.
Okay.
That's why part I love about it.
Okay. So when you're old and gray,
Mm-hmm.
and you look back at your life,
Yeah.
what do you want to see? And also, what do you feel like your purpose is?
What I want to see when I get old, I want to see that VMA. Video Awards, Music Awards, Award. That's what I want. I want that. I want that bad.
Yeah.
I want that bad. And I kind of wanted that goal before I was 40, but I'll be 40 next year. But I can get it when I'm there 68. I don't care.
Right.
I just want it. So.
What's your purpose?
My purpose. My purpose is just to inspire others and be the best director I can be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the best piece of advice you ever learned, someone ever taught you? What's the best piece of advice you ever got?
Don't let nobody devalue you. You know your worth.
Mm-hmm.
You know how hard you're going to work.
Right.
Don't let nobody try to play you of that.
Okay.
If it's easy work, oh well, you know. Something they just want you to just shoot.
Right.
And they're going to edit, so be it. But if it's something that you willing to work hard and do, and they want you to work hard, don't let nobody devalue you.
That's a good one. So, what is something that people don't know about you? Or maybe something that people may think about you and it might be a misconception?
I hate seafood.
You hate seafood.
I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. I hate seafood. I don't like crabs. I don't like nothing come out the water.
None of it.
No crab, no fish, no oyster. I stay away from it. I don't like the smell of it. Uncooked or cooked. I don't like this. Nothing. I can't stand shrimp. I think they sea roaches. That's what
they
it
kinda
is.
Are. They kind of are sea roaches.
That's probably what people, you know, like, dang, you don't like nothing? Because that's what the reaction I get from my doctors or anybody. Like, you eat seafood and I'm like, no, I can't stand it. They're like, what? You don't like seafood? You from Charleston?
You from Charleston. That's what they going to say. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. Before we get out of here, man, let them know anything that you want to tell them. Definitely give your contacts. And
Hey, man. Stan Green, already Stanley. Oh, Lord, Stanley. In the flesh. Y'all know where to contact me. God's favorite director. On Instagram. Stan Green on Facebook. PlayStation, oh, Lord, Stanley. I love playing Mortal Kombat and NBA 2K. That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you spending some time
No
with me.
problem. I appreciate being here, man.
Like I said, man, you're definitely somebody I look up to. I've known about you for many, many years.
Yeah.
Like how you were naming those people who been filming in town, man. You definitely were one of those people.
I had to stay my ground, man.
I heard about you years ago, man. Years ago, and you know, I learned a few things about you, and I had a good time. And then, like I always tell people, like I don't really do music videos. Never really been something that I wanted to do. I've done it, but it's not really my go-to. And anytime somebody asks me, do you do music videos? And I say no, but holler at my dog Stan. I always say that, man.
Appreciate that, man.
So, I am Sun5 Films. This is Stan Green, and you watching Sun5 Films TV.
That's my daddy.